This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're at Colorado's finest real estate. Since 2010, this locally owned and operated brokerage has been providing the tools and the experience for folks out there, whether buying or selling real estate here in Denver. I'm with the owner, Joseph. First of all, let's begin for the folks out there. Share with them a little bit about your past as far as what got you involved in this type of industry.
Well, real estate has always been something I've been attracted to. Beautiful homes, aesthetics, neighborhoods. I think what really got me involved was just great aspect here in Denver for getting to know people through a process of making a life change. Everybody calls a home for a reason, outside of just four walls and a ceiling. So I love what I do, and I basically just got involved because I had a passion for people and a passion for being a part of this process.
Whether folks are relocating from another state or from somewhere else, or possibly just moving within our city here, you really pride yourself on the fact of knowing the best neighborhoods in Denver. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got a great website, denvercofinestrealty.com, and if you go, I've got a link to all the top best Denver neighborhoods for you to check out, explore pictures, see what's for sale, everything else. Luckily, Denver has a ton of amazing neighborhoods. You can get in the low side and the low 100s up to, Cherry Hills Village, where you're in the multi-millions. So
regardless of if we're talking about a first-time buyer looking for that starter home or somebody who is a repeat buyer, you truly are there to basically navigate them through that process.
Well, absolutely. The brokerage is not defined on the value of the home. It's on the value of the business and what the service that we can offer. So, I created the brokerage and the name Colorado's Finest simply to be the best in the business there for the clients, and simply start to finish, just an amazing process. And so far, we've done well. We're ranked in the top 5 of all brokerages in Denver for 1 to 5 agents, and at the time that was just me. So definitely have the performance. And then luckily, last 2 years running, we've been in 5280 magazine, 5-star real estate agents. So that's just based on people having a great experience.
It's an exciting time to be buying a home, but then again, it can be stressful. I mean, quite honestly, what are some of the things that folks can do before they walk in the office here? What are some of the documents they can have ready for you to make that process easier?
On our side, it's pretty simple. If you're going to be doing financing, you need to speak with a lender. You need to have a dialogue before you ever start and go look out at properties, because you want to make sure you know what you can afford on a monthly basis, and that sticker shock isn't going to be an issue. So financing is usually number one before we get in the car and start looking at properties. Outside of that, that's why you have a good broker, is just to make sure that they can kind of coach you through the process, start to finish, have some level of expectations, what this market's doing, just what the real estate market in Colorado is like, pitfalls, pluses, all of that, just so that, they can have some sort of expectation of beginning to end of what they will encounter.
And as a professional, basically, you're able to help folks understand putting offers together, making sure they're getting the most home for their money.
Right. A lot of real estate agents get the title sales. The business is in fact the purchase and sales. The way I look at it is I'm more of a consultant. I'm here to just make sure you have all the information so you make an educated decision. I can't sell you $1 million house or a $100,000 house. You'll do that for yourself. But what I do is make sure that you have all the keys to make the process and the situation make sense, a proper success. So the documents, as far as the contractual obligations and everything else, that's really once you found the right house. And then from there, it's knowing what contingencies are there to protect you. So if trouble should arise throughout your investigation of the inspections of the property, your financing, other things, it's really there to protect you. In Colorado, we're a buyer favorable state. So that contract is there to make sure that the buyer knows what they're getting into and has the opportunity, if necessity, to terminate and move on.
Interesting. So you're providing your passion, your experience, really in all aspects of real estate. But one of the niches that you enjoy is luxury homes and those neighborhoods. Share with me why that is.
The luxury home market in particular, you just get to see some very unique properties, top to bottom, from the inclusions, the condition, and the neighborhoods. So you get a little diversity, but I work with all buyers, luxury all the way on down to, condominiums. So, but in my eyes, I think at the end of the day, as long as everybody's happy, everybody's going to be in the right place.
Let me ask you this, an exciting time to be in the real estate industry right now. Is basically technology making it easier for folks to be able to access this information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Quite honestly, anymore, we can have an app or help as close as our hand right there on our phone.
No, absolutely. One thing that we do for all of our listings is we actually do a walking tour. So we have software that does 360 vertical and horizontal, so you can actually walk the neighborhood, walk the block, walk the house, walk the rooms, everything. And our website, we integrate with Google Maps, so you can walk the block. You can actually turn around, see what the neighbors are doing and everything else. We incorporate such features like walk scores. You can see where the coffee shop is, the restaurants, everything else to where a property you're looking at. So if you're in North Carolina or downtown New York, you're going to be able to see exactly where you're at here in Colorado virtually. So the website is huge, and I think 90% of all buyers go online before they even talk to a realtor. So having that presence is key, which we're very proud we've got a good presence online. And two, having the right tools so somebody can do as much as they can virtually. Because it's difficult not being there in person. You don't get quite the same feel, but if there's enough tweaks and tools and other things, you can get as close to that as possible.
Quite a big difference from just 10, 15 years ago when you had an MLS book printed up and had to scan through it. I mean, quite honestly, now with the IDX listing that you're a part of, you're not only able to take a look at the homes, but you're really able, like you say, take a look at what's in the area around you.
Oh, yeah. And we can integrate neighborhoods, demographics, weather, climate, anything, because technology is so vast and exploitive. You can integrate it in so many ways. So we've taken a huge advantage of that the get-go, because I do work with a lot of buyers, I do work with a lot of sellers, and especially when markets are declining, the buyer pool is the best place to be working. And when markets are like now, where sales are going up, it's best to be on the sales side. So technology is really the key to really introducing that market to Colorado real estate, and at the same time giving them the tools to help educate themselves.
Regardless of selling or buying, basically you're there for folks as well. Folks out there that are selling their home, needing to relocate, obviously they're looking for a nice quick sale. Are you able to help them price their home accordingly, so make sure their home doesn't sit on the market too long, and helping them basically stage it and get it ready?
Absolutely. The key to sitting down with any seller is having your homework done. So one thing I do is I tour all the active competition before I go and price their home. I need to see what they're working against or what is going to help sell their property before we can really have an educated conversation. So absolutely, staging recommendations are key, depersonalizing, decluttering, elements like that. If it's vacant, taking the next steps and adding a few pieces so you can really have them enjoy the home. Blank slate, some people like that. Most people, they want to see what furniture looks like in there. Pricing is definitely the key to determining how long the property will be on the market. Every market's a little different. I have luxury homes in Erie, Colorado, where you've got 3+ acres. In a more rural setting, you could have high days of market just simply because of that type of product. But in most of our Denver neighborhoods, the market being as good as it is, anywhere from a couple of days to a month or so is pretty typical now. Not where it was in the past, but understanding that and kind of sitting down with the sellers and knowing what their goals are as well to kind of really formulate a strategic plan.
So basically, unlike many of these out-of-state owned brokerages that we have here in Denver, you truly are locally owned, operated, homegrown. Obviously, important giving back to Denver. Is that something you pride yourself on, as well as getting to know the people?
Absolutely. Our core values are to manifest success for our clients while giving back to the community. So last year, we've donated over 35 different charities as part of a closing gift. Colorado's finest is made up of its neighbors. So we are all Colorado's finest, the way I look at it. So being an active part of the community is very important to us. So that is one important goal. Being green is also an effort. There's so much technology out there to reduce waste. So we do all of our contracts paperlessly. We do most of our marketing paperlessly. In fact, I have an all-weather brochure and a listing sign, so nobody takes away brochures. I have QR technology so people can use their smartphones and mobile websites. So there's a lot of way of communicating and doing real estate while being green. And then, the other thing is always just taking care of those that are around us. That's important to us also.
Great. So technology and people, you basically all have it covered here. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see his website. On the website, you're going to see some real helpful links. A couple of the links there are set up for buyers, also set up for sellers, and most importantly, their contact information is right there in front of you. Remember, that is the Colorado's finest real estate. Real estate in Denver is vast and various, so obviously it helps to have a professional that understands you, your lifestyle, your needs. It's priceless. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.